Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be talking all about maximizing those sales outcomes,
Oh, yeah.
especially for those of you out there leading sales and revenue
Yeah,
teams.
absolutely.
We'll be kind of dissecting this article. We got sales discovery questions. Your complete guide to success came out December 4th, 2024.
Very recent.
Super recent, so really good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Buckle up, everybody, because mastering the right questions, that's the secret weapon, I think.
That's like a cheat code almost, right?
Totally.
Get the right questions and you're just like, you can unlock all kinds of
You
things.
can really blow things open.
Yeah, you're not just using those same generic scripts anymore.
Ugh, I hate those.
You're getting deep down into like what makes the client tick.
Totally. And that's where these sales discovery questions come in.
Exactly.
In this article, it breaks it down really nicely into 4 key categories that help us understand our clients.
Oh, yeah.
And we can even understand our clients better than they understand themselves sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So let's jump into it. The first category is pain points.
Okay, pain points, yeah.
What are those pain points?
So think of it like you're playing detective.
Yeah.
What's keeping your client up at night?
I like that.
What's stopping them from hitting their goals? What are those core challenges they're facing? You really want to get down to the nitty-gritty.
So instead of jumping right in with, a product pitch,
Yeah, no.
we start by understanding their struggles.
Right.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
What's next?
Okay, so then we move on to goals and objectives.
All right, so kind of the flip side.
Yeah. Kind of the flip side of the coin here, we focus on the positive.
Yeah.
What does success look like for you? What are you hoping to achieve? Understanding their aspirations.
Okay.
Then we can tailor solutions that directly address their vision.
So it's almost like you're creating a roadmap
Yes.
to their success
Exactly.
with our solutions, kind of sprinkled along the way.
That's a great way to put it.
I
Yeah.
like it. All right. Tell me about the third category.
So the third one, we delve into their current solutions.
All right. So what are they already doing?
Yeah, what tools are they using? What strategies are they already employing?
Yeah.
What's working? What's falling short? This gives us a really good understanding of the competitive landscape, and we can position our offerings as the superior alternative.
So we're not just selling a product, we're selling a solution based on their, existing setup.
Exactly. It's all about being targeted and specific.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Okay. And the final category.
All right, so the final piece of the puzzle is the decision-making process.
Okay.
Who are the key players in the decision? What's their timeline? What criteria are they using to evaluate options? This is like gold.
It is.
Because once you uncover this information,
Right.
you know who to talk to. You know when to talk to them.
When to time it all out.
You know what's important to them.
So we're not just, throwing darts in the dark here.
No.
We're strategizing.
Right.
We're aiming for that bullseye. Now, I'm curious, why are these discovery questions so effective? Is there like a science behind it? What's going on?
Well, there is, and it's pretty fascinating. There's a psychological element at play here.
Okay.
When we ask these questions,
Right.
we show a genuine interest in our clients' needs. And this builds trust and rapport,
Yeah.
which are crucial foundations for any successful sales relationship.
Absolutely.
You want to build that relationship.
Makes sense. People are more likely to buy from someone they trust.
Oh, 100%.
Someone who genuinely seems invested in their success.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just building trust.
Okay.
These questions, they act as a filter.
Oh, interesting.
They help us qualify leads and focus our energy on the people who are genuinely interested and ready to buy.
So we're not wasting time.
Exactly. We're working smarter, not harder.
I like that. And from what I'm gathering, these questions also help us steer the conversation in a more meaningful direction.
Yeah.
It's not just about pushing features and benefits.
No.
It's about uncovering those deeper needs
Right.
and presenting solutions that truly resonate.
You hit the nail on the head. It's about being consultative.
I see.
And the article mentions this really cool framework called spin selling.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, have you?
I have.
It stands for situation, problem, implication, and need payoff.
Okay.
And it's a really powerful way to structure these discovery conversations.
That sounds intriguing, but before we dive into that, can you give me a couple examples of what these discovery questions might look like in practice?
Absolutely. So let's say you're selling project management software.
Okay, very common these days.
Yeah, exactly. To uncover pain points, you might ask, what are the biggest bottlenecks you're currently facing in your project workflow?
Okay, so that's good.
To understand their goals, you could ask, what would an ideal project management solution look like for your team?
Okay, those are great examples. So how do we use their answers to tailor our approach?
So let's say they tell you their biggest pain point is managing remote teams and keeping everyone on track. You can then highlight how your software offers real-time collaboration features and intuitive progress tracking tools directly addressing their need.
So it's about showcasing how our solutions directly solve their problems.
Exactly. You make that connection crystal clear.
I'm starting to see how powerful this can be.
And the best part is this approach works across different industries and sales cycles.
Oh, wow.
It's about adapting the questions to your specific context and using those insights
Right.
to create compelling, personalized solutions.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah. Now, you mentioned the a spin selling framework. That's a fantastic tool
Yeah.
for structuring these discovery questions
Right.
and kind of guiding the conversation towards a natural close.
Well,
So it starts with understanding the prospect's current situation,
okay.
like where are they at right now?
So painting a clear picture of where they are now and what challenges they're facing.
Exactly. Then we delve into their problems. What are those specific pain points we were talking about?
So we've got the situation, we've got the problems.
Right.
What comes next?
Then we explore the implications of those problems.
Oh.
What's the cost of inaction?
Ooh, I like that.
What are the potential consequences if they don't address these challenges?
So we're not just talking about like a minor inconvenience here.
Yeah.
We're highlighting the potential impact on their bottom line, their team's productivity, or even their overall goals.
Exactly. We want to raise the stakes a little bit,
Yeah.
make them really understand the importance of addressing these issues.
Okay.
And then finally, we get to the need payoff.
Okay, the solution.
Yes, where we paint a vivid picture of how our solution can help them achieve those desired outcomes.
Right.
We're showcasing the benefits, the return on investment,
Right.
the positive impact it can have on their business.
So it's like taking them on a journey
Yeah.
from pain,
Yeah.
relief,
Wow.
with our solution as the bridge.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
I love how strategic this approach is.
It's all about being consultative and guiding them towards the best possible solution for their needs.
Okay.
Now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some advanced techniques
Okay, I'm all ears.
that can elevate your discovery game even further.
What are some ninja-level strategies?
Okay, so one powerful technique is mirroring.
Mirroring.
It's as simple as it sounds.
Okay.
You subtly repeat the last few words that the prospect said.
Oh, interesting.
This encourages them to elaborate and provide more detailed responses.
It's almost like a verbal cue
Yes,
that says, like, tell me more. I'm listening. I'm interested.
exactly. And it works wonders for building rapport
Uh-huh.
and uncovering those little hidden gems of information
Right.
that wouldn't surface with just generic questions.
You're really digging deep.
You are.
I can see how that would make people feel heard and understood
Yes.
and lead to a more open and honest conversation.
So exactly.
Yeah.
Another technique is active listening. Now, this sounds basic,
Right.
but it's amazing how many salespeople fail to truly listen and engage with what the prospect is saying.
I know what you mean. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in our own agenda
Right.
and miss those subtle cues or valuable insights that the prospect's sharing.
Absolutely. Active listening is about being fully present in the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
making eye contact, nodding, using verbal affirmations like, I understand, or that's a great point,
Right.
and asking clarifying questions to make sure you're both on the same page.
So it's about showing them that we value their input
Yes.
and we're truly invested in understanding their perspective.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of follow-up questions.
Okay.
These are the questions that separate the good salespeople from the great ones.
Ooh.
They dig deeper into the prospect's initial responses, uncovering underlying issues and revealing a more complete picture of their needs.
So it's not just about accepting their answers at face value.
No.
It's about probing further,
Yeah.
uncovering those hidden layers of complexity.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to ask why, or can you elaborate on that, or what led you to that conclusion?
Ooh, those are good.
These questions can unlock a treasure trove of insights.
And I imagine these techniques become even more crucial when we're dealing with complex sales cycles
Oh, absolutely.
or high-value deals,
Yes.
where the stakes are higher and the decision-making process is more intricate.
100% in these scenarios, mastering discovery becomes an art form.
Wow.
It's about being a strategic conversationalist, guiding the prospect towards a solution that aligns perfectly with their needs, their goals, and their budget.
Now, before we move on to the leadership implications of all of this,
Sure.
let's touch on some common pitfalls to avoid when it comes to discovery questions. The
Yes.
article highlights a few that I think are worth discussing.
Yeah, I agree. Let's shed some light on those common mistakes so our listeners can steer clear.
All right, so let's talk pitfalls.
Yeah.
What are some of the big mistakes
Okay.
that salespeople make when it comes to these discovery questions?
One common trap is asking too many closed-ended questions.
Okay.
You know, the ones that can be answered with a simple yes or no.
Right.
They might feel safe and easy,
Yeah.
but they don't really give you much to work with.
It's like you're trying to paint a masterpiece with only two colors.
Exactly.
You're really limiting the depth and richness of the conversation.
Yeah, instead, prioritize open-ended questions.
Okay.
Invite the prospect to share their thoughts, their experiences, their challenges.
Yeah.
This gives you a much broader canvas to work with.
Right.
It helps you uncover those valuable insights.
Okay, so instead of asking, are you happy with your current software provider,
Right.
we might ask something like, what are your thoughts on your current software provider's performance?
Perfect example.
Okay.
That opens up the conversation, encourages the prospect to elaborate.
Yeah.
You get a much deeper understanding of their needs and pain points.
And I imagine another pitfall is not listening actively.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so easy to get caught up in our own thoughts or our next question or, our brilliant pitch
Yeah.
that we miss crucial information that the prospect is sharing.
Active listening is a superpower in sales.
It is.
It's about being fully present in that conversation, absorbing every word, every nuance,
Yeah.
every unspoken emotion.
Wow.
Put aside your own agenda for a moment and truly focus on understanding the prospect's perspective.
So how can we become better active listeners? Any practical tips?
It starts with simple things.
Wow.
Making eye contact, nodding, using verbal affirmations like, I understand, or that makes sense.
Right.
But it goes beyond that.
Okay.
Asking clarifying questions, summarizing their points to make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah.
Really try to connect with the emotion behind their words.
So it's about showing them that we're not just hearing them, we're truly listening.
Exactly.
Or understanding their message.
And another pitfall is jumping to solutions too quickly.
Ooh, yeah. I've been guilty of that.
It's tempting, I know.
It is.
The moment we think we've identified a need, we want to showcase our amazing product or service.
Right.
But that can backfire
Oh.
if we haven't fully grasped the complexity of their situation.
It's like a doctor prescribing medicine before they've even diagnosed the illness.
Exactly.
Yeah, good.
Resist the urge to be the hero too soon.
Okay.
Dig deeper, ask those follow-up questions, and make sure you have a complete understanding
Right.
of their challenges, their goals, their decision-making process
Yeah.
before you present a solution.
All this makes perfect sense. But how can sales and revenue leaders
Yeah.
empower their teams to master these techniques? I mean, it's one thing to talk about the theory,
Right.
but how do we translate this into real-world results?
That's where leadership comes in.
Okay.
As leaders, we need to champion a culture of discovery.
I like that.
Integrate these techniques into your sales training programs.
Ah.
Give your teams the frameworks, the tools, the practice they need to excel.
So it's not just about telling them to ask questions. It's about equipping them with the skills and the confidence to ask the right questions at the right time.
Exactly. And it goes beyond initial training.
Okay.
Provide ongoing coaching.
Right.
Use real-world examples, role-playing scenarios,
Mhm.
even analyze sales calls together to identify areas for improvement.
And with all the, conversation intelligence tools out there these days,
Oh, yeah.
we could even gather data-driven insights
Absolutely.
into our team's questioning techniques,
Yeah.
identify patterns, areas where they might be falling short.
Those tools can be incredibly valuable for providing targeted coaching,
Yeah.
helping our teams refine their approach. But technology is just one piece of the puzzle. We
Right.
need to set clear expectations.
Mm.
Make it clear that mastering discovery is not optional.
It's a must.
It's a core competency for any successful salesperson.
And we can track their progress using metrics, right? I mean, we can measure things like the number of discovery questions asked per call, the quality of those questions, and how effectively they're using the information gathered to, tailor their solutions.
Data is our friend.
It is.
By monitoring these metrics, we can identify top performers,
Right.
provide additional support to those who are struggling,
Makes sense.
ultimately create a more data-driven and results-oriented sales culture.
And let's not forget the power of leading by example.
Oh, that's huge.
If we as leaders consistently demonstrate the value of these discovery questions in our own interactions with clients, Our teams are more likely to embrace these techniques.
Actions speak louder than words.
They do.
So let's walk the talk, embody the principles of discovery,
Right.
and inspire our teams to become masters of this powerful art.
Great point. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into sales discovery questions, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
This is an ongoing journey, not a destination.
It is.
We need to encourage our teams to continuously learn, experiment, and refine their approach. This world of sales is constantly evolving, and so are the questions we need to ask.
Well said. By embracing that growth mindset
Yeah.
and fostering a culture of continuous improvement,
Right.
we can empower our teams to not only meet, but exceed their sales goals
Absolutely.
while building stronger, more meaningful relationships with our clients.
That's a wrap on this episode of The Deep Dives. We hope you gained some valuable insights and actionable strategies to transform your sales outcomes.
Yes.
Remember, the right questions can unlock a world of possibilities. Happy selling, everybody.
Happy selling!